Start.
All right. So, good afternoon, wonderful people. Welcome to yet another episode of Being Atmanirbhar in conversation with Komal. And today I have yet another awesome, most wonderful memory coach. So, let me tell you that this gentleman had been a textile engineer. He'd been in the textile industry for 2 decades. And after all the pearls of wisdom that he gathered in this industry, something in him motivated him to become a memory coach. And today he trains a lot of people across the globe for accelerated learning, for memory techniques, and for everything possibly that you can do with your mind and your brain. So I'm very happy to introduce to you none other than Mr. Chakradhar Dikshit. And I'm going to allow Chakradhar to actually give his full introduction so that we know more about Chakradhar. So welcome Chakradhar, and thank you so much for this wonderful time you've given
Thank you
us.
so much.
And my audience is really looking forward to a lot of pearls of wisdom from you. So over to you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Komal, for inviting me to your show. And as you said that I was a textile engineer, yes, for 20 years, there was only one identity. I was a textile engineer. Nobody was saying that you have some other skills also. But then in last 1 year, when I've started exploring everything, it was like a, in a single life, you can do a lot of things. But for that, you have to explore what you can do, which was hidden till 20 years. I have I have been part of all kind of textile industries. I should say I was into shootings, shirtings, then women's dresses, kids dresses, and finally I was into the least, or I should say the most specialized thing, that is called digital printing. And doing all this rounds, I was clearly unsatisfied. I was like, this thing is not for me. The only thing which I have been appreciated all the time, people were saying that you have a good memory. You have a, you can recall 10-digit numbers within seconds. And I was not knowing that why it is happening to me. Then I started listening some podcast. I started listening and even watching YouTube videos. And then I come to know that there is a thing called memory coaching. I have started following Jim Quick. If you all people know that Jim Quick is a very famous memory coach. He teaches on Mind Valley, as well as he has his own platform called Quick Learning. After going through his courses, I have actually, like, we all know about Lord Hanumana, that his power, he came to know. I have came to know that this power is hidden within me, and I started my podcast. Then I started my YouTube channel. In last 1 year, I've did a lot of things which I was not expecting that I can do it. So here I am, a author of 2 books, a podcaster, a YouTuber, and now a memory coach, and even a speed reading coach. Thank you so much for this question. Yeah.
Wow, author of 2 books. Now that is something that really is exciting me because first of all, there is a lot we have in common. So, 2 decades of your experience, and then happened COVID,
Right.
and something moved inside of you, and then you became Atmanirbhar,
Yeah.
and then you got new wings,
Yes.
and I can see the joy you have on your in your smile and on your face
Yes.
of having discovered a new Chakradhar completely.
Mhm.
And especially when you can make uh, something which is like the back of your hand, which we call as passion,
Right.
into a profession. And when people say, you're so good at this.
Mhm.
And then we decide, or we think about making that a profession.
Right.
And some people again mix up passion only to the level of for their happiness.
Yes.
And then some people become a Chakradhar Dikshit who start impacting other lives as well.
Yes.
So I am very curious to hear from you
Mhm.
about the choice you made initially in your life after you finished your colleging,
Mhm.
and a little bit about how you got into the textile
Mhm.
industry, and your experience, and some of your takeaways
Yeah.
of your corporate life
Yes.
in maybe a couple of 4 5 3 4 lines, I mean
Yeah. Yeah.
one paragraph.
Yes. 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 Basically, like all excited youths, when I left my means when I completed my 12th, I was looking for some professional course. I have joined mechanical engineering. I have joined computer engineering. Then I got admission into the esteemed college VGTI, and I was not knowing that there's a engineering called textile engineering. But then there was a joy of joining a VGTI college called VGTI. I gone there. I started doing textile engineering. It was the easiest engineering for us. It is. It looks like engineering, but it's not actually an engineering thing. We have enjoyed our all 4 years, but then when I came into industry, I actually came to know if you enjoy in your college, you can't enjoy in the industry. Industry is altogether a different concept. I have I have started finding out where I actually fit in. Do I fit in a shootings? Do I fit in a shooting zone, or do I fit in a printing industry? After exploring different companies, if I have to name a few companies, I was a part of Raymond's also. I was part of Irwin. Those are the biggest conglomerate in this industry. But then those industries, also, those companies also not able to satisfy me properly. It was like something is missing, and that missing thing, that concept, or that I should say the hidden thing, I found after this COVID happens. This COVID has made me internalize a lot of things, and then now here I am. Uh, though a small effort, but then I can call that I can coach people for their memory. I can train them to increase their memory at least 3x, three times, not less than that. The techniques I'm using, or the techniques Jim Quick is using, and people still have that concept that everybody has a good memory or bad memory. There's nothing like a good memory or bad memory. There's a untrained memory and trained memory. Once you train your memory, you can become limitless. You can become unforgettable. Yeah, it's common.
Awesome, awesome. That is so true. One can become limitless once you recognize your own potential,
Right.
and it requires, uh, like the ad goes, na, "Jor ka jhatka jor se." So
Right.
COVID
Right.
was like a jor ka jhatka jor se to a lot of people,
Yes. Yes.
and a lot of people did uh, actually find themselves completely renewed, completely new.
Yes.
So one way of looking at COVID was, it was drastic. A lot of people suffered, and then a lot of people died and were born again, like
Yes.
you.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
a lot of
Yeah.
people like you realized, "Okay, is is my job my calling?"
Mm-hmm.
The title that I'm given
Mm-hmm.
in a corporate, like you said, after a certain point in time, those titles, that lifestyle, that uh, money, that status. So I completely relate to everything you're saying, because I did that 7 years ago.
Okay.
And I know how the journey is.
Right.
But I want you to share, this transition.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens is, especially people like you, who have spent a good amount in the same industry
Right.
and been there and done that and worked with the brands that people would, I mean, one would die to work with a Raymond or with a Arvind or with those kind of names and those kind of brands,
Yes.
and people would think, Are, you're quitting your job. Like, you know,
Yes.
I'm sure the whole world mocked you and laughed at you and
Yes.
thought you had lost it.
Right.
Perhaps come and told you that tu pagal ho gaya or something like that.
Yes. Yes.
So I want you to
Yes.
so I want you to share how was, there's a comfort zone.
Yes.
So how was uh, that stepping out of the comfort zone, that zone, that period? How would you describe? What would you like to share about that?
Yes. Very good question, I should say. Basically, transition, or you should say coming out of your comfort zone, both resonates, or both is the same thing for the any person who's in the industry. Because every industry, not only the textile industry, all the industry work in a similar way. When you go to a job, you have to get up at a particular time, you have to report to your job, and then you have to do a monotonous thing of a single kind of job. Somebody has that interest, they want to carry on. Maybe the reason could be the money, reason could be the career, reason could be going to a different place other than the place they are living. But then if you are not enjoying, if you are not loving it, to go that place, every day morning you are waking up, but then you are like, yaar aaj wapas jana padega wahi jagah pe, and then you are like, yaar no, I can't do that. I was doing this for 20 years. I was doing this for 20 years. Every day was the same thing. Means set of people were same. Though names has changed, but the set of people, if I have to describe the qualities of the people, there is a person who's going to complain to the boss. There's a person who's your friend. There's a person who talks good in front of you, but then he do some backstabbing or those things. Corporate culture, corporate politics, what we all say, keep happening, and it was common to every place. So I was fed up with that thing. So I thought, why not to do something which is hidden inside me, or I can do better. When I started writing a book, it was so much difficult for me. So I was even not able to write one page in 15 days of time. But then I started understanding the concept, how people write a complete book, how they are able to sit for hours, or at least they start putting 1 hour a day so that they can finish 15 days or 1500, 15,000 words. So that thing is, though it took some time, but then once I realized that thing, it started becoming easier for me. I started enjoying that concept. I was doing a lot of PPTs in my corporate jobs, but then people were liking it. But then I was nowhere in the, I should say, uh, people were not, I was not able to come in front that Chakradharas did that. But then today, when I put a video on YouTube, people recognize that, yeah, Chakradhar, he was doing quite good PPT and he can present the things better. So that thing, when you realize that you are doing it for yourself, or you are doing for some cause, then you start enjoying, and it looks in your work also, whichever work you share to the world. So though the transition period was, it took 20 years, but then now I'm at a place, now I'm enjoying whatever I'm doing. If I'm making a video, or I'm writing a even single page a day, or practicing some memory techniques, or teaching people speed reading techniques or memory techniques, those are something which I'm started enjoying. Yeah, Komal. Yes.
I heard you. So, yes, what you rightly said uh, about the transition phase is obviously a realization which comes after you do the same thing for 2 decades monotonously. Some people realize it much earlier. I think we were the late currents.
Yes, yes.
We took two decades to realize
Right.
that entrepreneurship can be a completely different experience.
Yes,
And yes, it does come with its challenges.
yes.
Like you said, writing a book, I've been struggling to write. I'm going to take some tips from you because that's one of my bucket lists, that I
Okay,
want to write a book.
okay.
But yeah, like you, I'm struggling because to even write a page, to write a word, write a sentence. So definitely I'm going to do a next interview with you only about writing books.
Yes,
And you've written 2 books.
yes.
So can you share a little bit about what you have shared in your, what are the titles of the first book and what have you shared in the first book, and what motivated you to write a second book? What is the title, and what is it that you have additionally shared in your second book? How
Okay.
is it different from the first book?
Yeah, I'll tell you. Basically, when I was started writing my first book, so I was not aware that, or I was not even knowing what should be the concept, what should I share in a book. Then I gone through a course from Rohini Mundra, and Rohini Mundra, though she's not a very, I should say, veteran coach, but then she has a very good concepts. So what she said, you have that thing, you should start writing 30 minutes per day. Whatever you are writing, it could be anything. Either you love it or you don't love it, or it is related to your field or related to experience, or you are writing a biography, something. But then you should write for 30 minutes. And when you write it for at least a week, then you'll come to know what actually interests you. What is your interest? What is your orientation? Then you'll start writing. So I tried that tactics and then started writing. And whatever I have learned in memory techniques, I was surprised that I could write around 1,000 words per day. Initially, I wasn't even able to write 100 words a day. But then those was so interesting concepts and visualization techniques, memorization techniques, memory techniques, how this is going to help to students, how this is going to help to homemakers, entrepreneurs, and then all those concepts. When I started writing, I finished more than 100 pages, and then I cut short and then I made a book, first book. My first book is all about memory techniques for everybody. It could be for students, for the entrepreneurs, for the your office goers, as well as the seniors and homemakers. After finishing that book, completing that book, and seeing that response that everybody is get giving a good response to that book, I planned that I will write a separate book for all the classes, one for the students, one for the office goers, or the corporate employees, I should say, one for the entrepreneurs, one for the seniors, and one for the homemakers. So then I've written my second book only for the students. What challenges they have, what how they can use memory techniques in their study schedule, and what should be their proper study schedules, and how they can incorporate anything, everything, how they can use speed reading techniques. So those things I mentioned in my second book, and I'm in process to write my third book. Though even 4 books are in line, 4 books are lined up, but then still I'm stuck with my third book, which I may be finishing in the month of April. So this is how I started writing and reached to become an author of 2 books. Maybe in a very short span of time, I may become an author of 7 books as I planned. Yeah.
So could you give us the names of the 2 books and on what platforms are they available and how are they priced, so that our students who are listening to the interview can probably go and pick up and get the benefits and take the advantage? So please help us with the names and the platforms they are available.
Thank you for that, Komal. Basically, my first book, name of the first book is Unleash Your Memory, and the second book is Be Unforgettable. Unleash Your Memory is for everybody. Anybody who want to start, or as I told you, want to train their memory, is for everybody. Anybody and everybody, right from a person who's the age of 7 years to the 70 years. who want to read. Maybe after 70 years, you may not want to read. But then if you want to read, even the 90-year person can also read that book. That Unleash Your Memory is available on Amazon, both in paperback as well as the Kindle version. And second book is specially for students and teachers. What challenges they have in their school, what challenges they have in their college life, what should they read, why they should enjoy maths, why they shouldn't be running away from the geography or history, how they can enjoy in a school situation. Those things I've mentioned in my second book. And the name of that book is Be Unforgettable. And this book is also available on Amazon, both in Kindle as well as the paperback version. Yeah.
Wow. Unleash your memory. Everybody, even if you're 100 years old, please, you can read this book and you can still improve your memory with all the techniques simplified and shared by Chakradhar Dikshit in his book. And students and teachers, you definitely are overworked now with all the Zoom and the drama that's happening. You definitely need to be unforgettable, which is again available in Kindle and paperback and on Amazon and all of these platforms. And I'm so glad that you have made it in a book form, so that many people can have access to that information.
Right.
And in 1 year's time, from from emptying yourself as a textile engineer to filling yourself up, and not just filling but overfilling, so that it spills and there's a ripple effect that you have created for a lot of people by writing these books.
Yes.
And training them through all the knowledge that you have gained, putting in a lot of time, effort, energy, money, with all the masters that you have learned from. That is something which today people somehow, in the journey of all the interviews that I do, what I have found out is, thanks to COVID, a lot of the mindset has shifted, and people have now started to see beyond a 9 to 5 career, 9 to 5 job.
Yes.
And if you can make your passion your profession and get richly rewarded. So I would like you to share what were the challenges from family, from your loved ones. Was the resistance there? How was that? And what is that one thing, people who are sitting on the fence should benefit from this one, sharing of yours, as to what is it that finally made you take the plunge? It's okay, I have done this for 20 years. Now, if I don't do this now, I'm going to miss out. I have to do this. I want to do this. So I want you to share, what is it? How was that, the resistance, and then that one thing that made you do it?
Right.
So please.
Yes. Thank you for that question, Komal. Basically, where this COVID thing has started, I was talking to my employer, the last employer whom I left, or I should say, connection has been separated out in the month of March or April. Was like he was in that situation also, was trying to get something out of me, that you have to work this much, you have to do this, you have to do that. And I've realized that I have worked for this guy for so much time, and then I have helped him a lot, but he's not treating me like a human being. He's still treating me like a servant, that you have to work in a certain way. So I thought there has to be some way out of this thing. Why people should fall into this vicious circle, and then they should go round and round and round? There has to be something which going to help you, or going to come out of this circle. And after this COVID, people have realized this, that this 9 to 5 is not the only option. There are a lot of options. We were hearing this thing from the Western countries, that people not only do the jobs, they enjoy their passions. They are YouTubers. They are some. If I have to tell you, I was watching a documentary on Discovery. There are nomad people who work from away from their countries. They have come to a smaller countries, and they have taken a small place, and they are working as a freelancers. So anybody can do anything if he is ready to do it. It's not something that you can't do it. But then when I started this, there was challenges, no money. But then if you have a family support, my family is quite supporting. My brother is a doctor, my wife is working, my father is a retired person. He was even ready to help me. If you're following your passion, you should follow your passion. Don't worry. And that has given me a confidence that you can do, Chakradhar, you should do this. If at least give it a try. If it doesn't work, you always can go back to your corporate job. But then when I started this, first 3 months were actually quite challenging. But then after that, I've started enjoying it. As the whole day I can plan. I was working for 8 hours a day in corporate job. Here I can work 10 hours a day. Then also I'm enjoying it. I can even work 12 hours a day. I can work 6 hours a day. But then something I can see every day that this thing I have did. I can even quantify this thing that I've made this much videos, or I've shared this much content, or I've written something, or I have coached some students who have enjoying my webinars or enjoying my classes. So those things has actually pushed me that you should do this. You should go with this thing. This is something which is actually lined up for a, quite a some time, and then you are not doing that. No, you should do that, and you should even you shouldn't leave this thing. You should take it, means that consistency thing should be there, that you should take it for some time. If even if you're not getting money, then also you should do it at least for 2 years. And I'm determined that I'm going to do it for my lifetime. Whatever is going to happen, I'm not going to leave entrepreneurship now. I'm going to remain in this thing. So this is
I
what
am so happy. I'm so happy to hear this, and I'm so glad. And power to all your intentions.
Thank you.
So quickly, I would like you to share about your webinars. When do you do them? How long are they for? What kind of a pricing does it have? Who can attend these? So that all the audience who's listening, they can also probably choose this. If they don't have the time to read the book, they can just come to your webinar or to your uh, to the your class. Or so if you could just briefly just tell the audience what exactly are these, and when are they done, and how long do they last, and what will they gain?
Right. Yes, Komal. If I have to say, 6 months back, I couldn't have even imagined that I'm doing my webinars on 3 different platforms. But then today, I'm doing every week. I'm doing on 3 platforms. One first is BitClass, on which they have a concept of live classes, where I do some webinars in a, I should say, the minimum possible price, that is 99 rupees, and I do it for 3 hours, 1 hour each day, 3 days. And when people enjoy that, then I actually give them the next level course. So that is for 12 weeks, 12 classes. For it could be completed within a month, or it could be completed within 6 weeks. So this is one concept. The other, I have two apps. The one app is Class Plus, on which I have an app called Memory Superheroes. On that app, I share all the three concepts, that is webinars, then middle level course, and the higher level course. And similarly, I'm doing it for one more platform, that is All, and the name of that app is Brain Fit. So this way, I'm doing it on different platforms, different concepts, and I'm happy to tell you this, that I'm able to manage all the 3 platforms. Which, if in my corporate time, if somebody could have told me that you have to handle 3 different bigger clients, I couldn't have handled that. But then today I can handle them easily, because I am enjoying that thing. I am loving that thing. So this is what I'm doing it. though a very small thing, but then things have started moving out, and I'm quite confident that I'll be able to take it to the next level. Yeah.
Wow, awesome, awesome, awesome. And uh, what is that one message that you think you want to, if you had to summarize the last, say, 22 years and take out one, the gist of your journey, and you had to give a message to the audience in terms of how you are now living your life to your highest potential, because you have the lethal combination of time and health, and I'm sure wealth is something which is a byproduct, because when you're happy
Yeah.
and when you're doing what you're doing and you're liking what you're doing, then money becomes a byproduct
Yeah.
eventually.
Yes.
So you said 2 years. So some businesses, some professions will take some time, some may take a little longer. Eventually, it kind of, the dots start connecting and money becomes a byproduct. It's like the dialogue in Three Idiots where he says कि काबिल बनो कामयाबी अपने आप पीछे
अपने आप आएगी.
दौड़ेगी.
Yes. Yes.
So आपने अपनी काबिलियत को, you have taken your strength to the next level,
Yes.
and now it gives you immense happiness, which is just, your energy, I can just sense it, it's just oozing.
Yeah.
So what is that one thing which is like the last 20-22 years ka gist that you would like to share? What is it that you would like to share as a message?
Yes. If I, if your question is how people can benefit or get benefited from my journey, or how I can help them with a single message. So my message is, you should do what you enjoy, and to know that thing, we call it niche, we call it passion, we call it something which we love. Or there are a lot of concepts from Japanese technology, or the Indian diaspora people, from the your rishi munis or some ancient techniques. Everywhere you'll be knowing this thing only, that you should follow your passion. But then first of all, you should know what is your passion. It is not that easy that this is my passion and I'll start doing my entrepreneurship in that. You have to test that thing. You have to ask your friend, your family, to somebody who actually you think that is going to give you a good advice. And after testing that thing, and you find that, and you also think that this is something which is good for you, or you are the the best in that field, then you should definitely do that thing. And you shouldn't fear. Do it. You'll not get your result in 1 month, maybe in 1 year, maybe in 2 year, but then you shouldn't stop. You always keep moving, one step at a time. Take your baby steps, and I'm damn sure that after 2 years or 3 years, you'll be established yourself, and you are going to say thank you to yourself, that I have did that. I have not uh, got trapped into that corporate culture, or not got trapped into something which I didn't like. So this is my message, that enjoy that thing. But then first of all, find that thing what you actually enjoy. You may enjoy cricket, but then you cannot make your career in cricket overnight. But then if you have to find out that how I can make my career in cricket, maybe as a commentator, maybe as a somebody who market cricket or something like that. But then you have to find that out. And once you'll find out, you'll definitely going to enjoy that. Yeah, Gomal. Yes.
Awesome, awesome. I think that is such an important message, Chakradhar, because yes, finding your passion, finding your purpose, um, and one doesn't have to do it alone. There are times when you will find a mentor, you can find a coach, you will find somebody who will be that channel which will take you to that realization, that inner uh, introspection. And for last year, for most of the people, it was COVID,
Yes.
which actually brought that inner realization.
Right, right. It has
And
given actually, sorry, it has given time to everybody to think. And then once they thought that I can do this, then it started, because nobody has got that much time to talk to their family, to their friends, to somebody who they admire. When they started getting that time, then they came to know that this thing I should explore. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Awesome, awesome. I'm so glad to have had you on this show. And I know that this time that we have spent is not going to do the justice of all the pearls of wisdom you have to share. And that's the reason why people, you have to go and pick up the books. So be unforgettable and unleash
Unleash your
unleash
memory. Yeah, your memory.
your
Yes.
memory.
Yes.
Okay. And of course, we are going to be sharing Chakradhar's webinar details when I post this video. It will have the details and how you can get in touch with Chakradhar for further guidance. It had been such a wonderful time talking to you about your journey and the message that you had very strongly about don't give up on your passion, follow your passion, find your niche, support from the family hai ya nahi hai. It's important that you should believe in yourself
Right.
first and take that baby step without worrying and without the fear and without the stress.
Right.
Live it anyway. Anyway, you'll die. So you may as well not die with the regret. At least you tried before
Yes,
you
try it. Yeah.
died. And if you want to have the same smile that Chakradhar has on his face right now, and the same amount of contentment that he feels,
Right.
I think you guys should just, those who are sitting on the fence, this is specially for you. No point sitting on the fence.
Yeah.
Just take the leap of faith and just do it anyway.
Right.
That was a strong message. Thank you so much, Chakradhar.
Thank you,
It
Komal.
was
Yeah.
wonderful talking.
Yes.
It was wonderful talking to you.
Same here, Komal. It was actually, I was expecting somebody to extract that thing out of me. And then you have taken out all those things, whatever I was feeling for almost a year. So thank you for this interview. Thank you for calling me on this platform, on your show. And I'm happy that I can share something which will help at least one or two people. That'll be a great thing for me. Yes. Thank you.
So thank you, people. Do tune in again onto this show of Being Atmanirbhar and in conversation with Komal, and we'll have yet another guest for you so that you'll still have some more insights. And see you soon again. Thank you.